Hello everybody, welcome back. My name is Ben, and today we'll be checking out Cerydra CHRYSOS, what would you call it? Marketing teaser? Lore, short in height, tall in might. So I've done this a few times now for some other characters, and at some point in the future I may go back and do it for some characters who I hadn't before. If you want me to, feel free to let me know down below. And I hope you all enjoy. If you do, feel free to like and subscribe and join me on the journey to 500. Without further ado, let's check this out. Yeah, they have the text pretty small, so we're gonna zoom in so you guys can say it all right as well. CHRYSOS Cerydra, short in height, tall in might. Cerydra, the ambitious imperator, the CHRYSOS heir who wields core flame of law.
Rather than give up the initiative and be buried in the memories and perceptions of others, I would choose to be forgotten. All the world needs to know is this: Cerydra has shattered the law, and Amphorius will prevail. Should I return in triumph, I will walk among the stars myself and see with my own eyes the world beyond the sky you speak of. Then I shall set out on a journey even grander still.
Yeah, we still don't know what law Cerydra changed. She kept that secret. But yeah, Lygus kept trying to appeal to, you should conquer the stars. And she's like, you know, sounds kind of good, but I think it's the limits of Amphorius that she's more frustrated by. Volume 10 character, Chessmaster Monarch Cerydra, which Volume 10 makes me think Evernight and Don Hung. I always forget. Permansor Terre? There we go. I think that will be 11, 12. Does that mean Cyrene is 13? That would make perfect sense. 13 flame chasers. Producer, Hyslins. Photography, Serious Shot, Chimera. Styling, Aglaia. And even here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, going on numbers, the letters, like a board itself. CHRYSOS. Step 1 to Interstellar Conquest. Daily Log. Trial Edition. Internal. Cerydra. Unquenchable Ambition. Maybe she is still intending to conquer the stars eventually. The stars belong to mankind. Very Emperor of Mankind vibes. And this art is great. It's like her crowning herself. She's also looking down on at herself on the chessboard. Cerydra, Unquenchable Ambition. Cerydra, an ambitious sovereign, is the CHRYSOS heir who wields the core flame of the law. In turbulent times, she sets her pieces in place, plays against the gods themselves, and delivers judgment upon the disloyal, laying the very foundation for the flame chase in this life. Yet to her, the great journey does not end with Amphorius.
So, the deliverer from beyond the sky knows me well. The universe is so much vaster than two simple shades. The end of Amphorius is nothing more than the first step into the cosmos. And one day, I will march toward those far-off lights.
We did show her. You know. We did at least show Iceland, was it? Like, oh yeah, here's some seas beyond the sky. I remember we showed one of them. It was either Cerydra or Iceland, to try to convince and go like, hey, you know, see what's going on in the universe, see what's beyond Amphorius. Or I think it was actually Cyrene. Cyrene was showing Cerydra our memories and going like, hey, look at all this cool stuff. And she's like, yes. But it was also to prove a point of like, here's worlds that have rebelled against their fate and succeeded, like Belobog, right? Their own struggle. Question 1. Among all the city-states under your rule, which one is your favorite? Get a drink before I do the rest?
I love them all. Each city-state carries its own unique beauty and character. And this is not a matter of fairness or impartiality. It is simply the truth I discovered after looking into my own heart. However, your question brings to mind a city-state I find regrettable. Dux Gladorium, and I came across it during our campaign.
Or sorry, Gladiorum. I need to get used to that again. I remember in the story that popped up and I was like,
Dux Gladiorum, and I...
Gladiorum.
Dux Gladiorum, and I came across it during our campaign, an unnamed place tucked away in a remote corner of the world. One might call it a paradise, spared from the chaos of the end times. In spring, the southern mountains bloomed in profusion, while the north lay locked in ice and cold. Standing at the line between the two felt like standing between two worlds. Yet the black tide consumed it in just half a day. How senselessly cruel.
Yeah, black tide. Still a problem, despite Finon doing his best to hold it back. Speaking of Dux Gladiorum, what led you to take her under your command?
On the shores of Styxia, I saw a fish aglow with light, weaving through the dark, surging waves, her blade cleaving the unseen darkness. Again and again she pressed on, never wavering, never tiring. I could hear her yearning to bring the law to the sea, just as I yearned to conquer an unjust fate. Without a word, we stepped onto the same path.
Some say death isn't the real end, being forgotten is. What do you think, Imperator? Her plopping the piece down. It's a king, right? King or queen. Sorry, Chad, I do not play chess. I am not an intellect.
A truly vicious curse. Death comes for all, and there is nothing in that I cannot admit, myself included. The flame-chased journey will not cease with the Imperator's fall. The future will be yours to write. The reproach or condemnation my deeds may incur means nothing to me, for I regret nothing. As the saying goes, hell is at their people.
That's a buff in Simulated Universe.
And without question, I alone possess the right to judge myself. Therefore, rather than giving up the initiative and being buried in the memories and perceptions of others, I would choose to be forgotten. All the world needs to know is this: Cerydra has shattered the law, and Euphorius will prevail.
Yeah, I know people were feeling very mixed about her and her actions in this story. Which I think is fair. It's like, she was put in a position where it's like, well, do you do this thing that whoever inherits the law has to do? But I do think the way she did it is the issue that I had with it, where it's like, could you at least be honest? Like, they all swore to die for you. Like, you can at least tell them you're dying for Euphorius and not deceive them the way she did. I don't know. I do overall like her character, and I do think in the next cycle we'll be able to see another side to her than what we got in this current one. I believe that after the Era Nova comes, the Imperator will behold a far greater spread of stars.
Of course, should I return in triumph, I will walk among the stars myself and see with my own eyes the world beyond the sky you speak of. Then I shall set out on a journey even grander still. When that day comes, take a planet as my gift for granting me this interview.
Yeah, so she still has the ambition of, maybe she'll try conquering all she sees. What was it? I came, I saw, I conquered. Using the Julius Caesar quote when we met her. Step 1 to interstellar conquest. Yep, when she was being shown the memories. Her to space station.
The technology may be first class, but the energy's consumption hints at a looming fiscal deficit. Take that as a warning.
Had to remember if I was pronouncing it correctly. The Xianzhou Lafu.
Word has it the locals drink sharp, pungent beverages to steel their resolve. The Allied army is still far from such fortitude, though perhaps we could learn from it.
What was it, Ming Bong soda? It's like, it's a delicacy. Everyone tries it at least once. Penacony.
That dream of bubble technology is remarkable. It is wasted on mere amusement. As for that robin song, it is charming, though still a step below Dux Gladiorum's music.
Belbog.
Their plight resembles that of Amphorius. An alliance could be forged for mutual learning.
Proving themselves to the IPC, still building the big ol' mechas. Imperator and her subjects. Going through like text messages.
My loyal subjects, I have appended my notes to the Beyond the Sky dossiers the Deliver and their little companion supplied. Star Conquering Project .xmind.
Going Cyrene, the little companion. Iceland's Trivia Aglaia Cipher Apollonius. Or Apollonius. Sorry. And others, 9 users in total. Apollonius. There we go. Gotta get used to these names again.
To our surprise, the world beyond the sky proves brutally harsh. We will devise new ways to withstand the bitter cold. Of course, we must also master new materials and the craft to work them. Dux Goldweaver, I entrust these to you. Beyond new materials, there are foods labeled stinky. The world beyond the sky is truly unbelievable. We may welcome these flavors from beyond the sky, but they must be refined to suit Akuma's palate. Fish in both river and sea always find a way to adapt. Don't worry, Dux Gladiorum. The feast you desire will continue as our conquests march on. When I command the Sea of Stars, these promises will be truth, not empty words.
Right, she did promise her. I see. And the Sea of Stars is certainly one. Yeah, I know. Probably could have done better with Aglaia. I always feel like I get hers like half the time decent, half the time meh. Because I try to incorporate a little bit of an accent in there. To our surprise, the world beyond the sky proves brutally harsh. We will devise new ways to withstand the bitter cold. Oh no. Roast me for it. One day until the Imperators return to court.
If you're so fond of numbers, why not go and track Akuma's daily births and deaths?
That's one way to put it. Cerydra. Jeez. Daily Log Trial Edition Internal. In a bid to broaden the Allied Army's reach and rally public opinion, the Imperator once proposed creating an official gazette to share the outcomes of the Alliance meetings and the records of the Citizens' Assembly, yet it never saw print for reasons lost to history. Summary of the Assembly. Dux Fatorum says, excited. The Imperator sampled our special dessert yesterday. She adored it, even wanting to christen it the Pie Imperator cannot stop eating. Dr. Gladorium says, serious.
Absolutely not. Keep this up, and 1,000 years from now, history will remember the Imperator as nothing more than a gluttonous ruler. This sort of thing needs not make it into print. Need not make it into print.
Allied Army Battle Report. A resounding victory at the siege of Yannisopolis. Oh yeah, little hostage. Should be.
And the details?
Yeah, wants to know what's going on. Summary of the Assembly. Lucid Hour, 2nd Quint. Hold the morning session to review and approve state affairs. Action Hour, 2nd Quint. Attend the Aero Chess Tournament to provide guidance. Parting Hour, 4th Quint. Take a Dromas for a walk through the streets, voted by citizens as one of Akuma's signature sites. Curtain Fall Hour, 2nd Quint. The Imperator's subjects, concerned that she has been working without rest for days, secretly replace her evening tea with honey brew, and she falls asleep in her study, inebriated.
No need to over-dramatize a monarch's duties, though I must say, Dux Gladiorum's nerve is growing.
Was she the one who slipped it into there? Replaced it so she could get some rest. Court judgment. By the authority of law, Aphronia stood guilty of high treason for colluding with enemy states. In accordance with alliance law, he was put to death, and his body displayed at the city gates to show the Imperator's might.
Only this one meets the mark in the project.
Yep, she is a harsh ruler after all. Now with these, I should do, chat. This will make it a little easier to read. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we can go back and forth. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, no, I'm still getting used to doing these CHRYSOS posts. So, figuring out the best way to present them to you guys is part of it. Okay, Amphoria's Daily. Question mark, 3rd edition. The army spirit has been tarnished. The Knight Commander's book is ever in hand, and the Imperator's strategy is rumored to be shifting. According to reliable sources, Knight Commander Hyselins has recently carried a heavy book on every outing. This has led to speculation that the Imperator intends to set a new military direction, sparking debate in the army. Opponents claim bookworms erode the army spirit, that the Flamechase army should focus on strengthening martial drills, while supporters argue that mastering both strategy and strength is essential. True?
Actually, well, perhaps it is not such a serious matter.
A remarkable move. When the front lines hang in the balance, the Imperator delights in setting the chessboard. Officers who have faced her swear that the instant she places the move that seals her triumph, the doors swing open to admit a messenger with news of victory.
Imperator's reading of the battlefield never falters.
Tales of the Court. Dux Goldweaver, Dux Fatorum, Dux Gladiorum, Dux Silleripes? Cipher. And Fatorum, so that would be... Forgot some of their titles before. That would have been trivia there.
The Imperator sampled our special dessert yesterday. She adored it, even wanting to christen it. The Pie Imperator cannot stop eating.
Sorry, just running out of breath there. All in the realm know the Imperator's fondness for crafting noble titles. Many of her inspired creations have become cherished anecdotes. Whispers from trusted sources say she often names the sights and creatures she encounters along the road, both as training for her craft and for her own amusement. The Dromus, steady and deliberate like a venerable minister in honorable retirement. She names Dux Accomplished, the Chimera, small and endearing with soft fur enough to calm the heart. She names Dux Tranquil.
Perhaps the deliverer from beyond the sky should bear the title Dux Primarius.
Or Primarius. Imperator on law. The laws of the past fell with talent on. Follow me as we turn the pages of the draft codex upon the Imperator's desk.
Agreed. This will let even refugee children learn new things and take their place in the life of the holy city. Cleaning the Dromuses. Me?
Iceland's like, what? Akamud Library Law. Libraries of all ranks shall be open to all citizens. No level of rank or status shall bar entry. Those who hold a Dux title shall visit their designated library at least once a month, remaining for no less than 2 hours. Any who defy this shall clean the Dromus's posts. Dromus's for 3 days. So Iceland's did not spend enough time hitting the books. Theater management regulations. On weekends, all ticket prices shall not exceed 80% of their original price. Any whose height exceeds 8 feet shall not be seated in the front row. Gotta look out for the shorties. Though to be fair, 8 feet, pretty tall. To say little of it.
From time to time, the Imperator attends the spring theater in plain attire. Yet, yesterday, she seemed displeased when the show ended. She couldn't even see anything. You can't buy the best seats, so next time I'll take you there. Duck's celery peas. Duck's celery peas. Celeripes. Duck's celeripes. Your tongue moves too freely.
Imperator's labor law. From curtain fall hour each day and throughout the days of festival, all shall rest by right. Non-emergency state business shall remain untouched.
Duck's gold weaver. True brilliance springs from a rested mind. Yes, when my present duties are concluded, I shall bathe and let my thoughts flow anew.
That's fun, seeing how she was changing the law in her time. And the commentary is great, especially Cypher. Yeah, just laughing at her. You shall complete your conquest in the ocean at the boundaries of this world, and eternally slumber in the sound of tides. Yeah, her fate. Resting after Iceland's was like, well, sacrifice needs to be made. It was going to be one of them. And I think Iceland saw it as her also atoning for what she did, for what Cerydra did. Great betrayal. Messages from Volume 9 character, Iceland.
Sure, I don't claim to understand humans, but even I know the basics. I mean, bubble makers are children's toys, right? Don't you like it? Don't you like it?
Yeah, I did really like in the story though, those moments where you did see Cerydra's genuine care. Like, she wasn't heartless in what she was doing, but she was making the difficult decision, even if, again, I think the way she did it, a little controversial. Controversial, to say the least. Also, I'm loving the beautiful art they've been giving us with all of these. Hey. CHRYSOS Air interview relay continues. On the next issue, Volume 11's cover. Yeah, is that going to be Evernight then?
They say she shares a deep connection with the deliverer beyond the sky.
Yeah, she would after all. March, Evernight. If you could ask them one question.
I have nothing to ask.
Hey, fair. And that's where we end off for Cerydra's CHRYSOS post. Like I was saying, I love the format they choose to do these in. It's really a lot of fun to see all the unique assets and all the little details that get you to know the character and how they interact with the world and other characters more. It's it's a lot of fun. I like that Hoyo put so much effort into, you know, something that a lot of players at the end of the day don't end up looking at. It's like, even in the little things, you know, devil's in the details, as I say. But yeah, that's where we'll end off. Let me know what you guys thought of anything we went through here. What were some highlights or moments you enjoyed that gave you some nice little details about Cerydra or some of the other CHRYSOS airs? Any of my line reads you liked? And feel free, like I said, roast me for any that you're like, could have done better. That was pretty bad. But yeah, I do like with Cerydra that we got this morally complex character, right? She makes these wrong decisions, or the right decision in the wrong way, right? The path to hell is paved with good intentions. Definitely fits her character quite well, I think. But let me know, you know, lover or hater? And will you be pulling, or will you be saving up for some future characters that we know will be coming? We've seen Drip Marketed, or with the case of Cyrene, it's like, come on, we know she's coming eventually. Just a question of when. But, like I said, thank you guys so much for coming on by. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, feel free to like and subscribe. Join me on the journey. And I hope you all have a great day, night, whatever time it is for you. I love you all. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.